Hello everybody and welcome to X4 6.0 Kingdom's End. Welcome to the new first look at it during the beta. Note that during this video that this is all going to be pre-release beta footage, so some things may change before it's released. But I want to give you a chance today to have a look at some of the new ships and weapons and some of the little features that are coming into Kingdom's End with the Boron weaponry moving forward. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm not going to spoil the start of the game, where the emergence and the Queen's Herald are. That'll be for another episode. Today we're going to go into the creative custom mode and bring out all of the Boron ships and have a look at what they do. And here we are, people. Here is our first look at a Boron ship and our Boron pilot as well. As you can see, our Boron pilots have like an exoskeleton suit where we're inside with like a little capsule keeping our Boron liquefied, or in a liquefied atmosphere I should say, because obviously they're in aquatic form, and with that most of the ships are also quite aquatic. As you can see, very sea-like look, which I guess it actually makes sense in space, because although there's no water in space, it is like a water atmosphere where you're basically swimming in the void of nothingness, and you can't breathe, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like the colour scheme. This is the cobalt colour scheme on these ships. I've gone with the cobalt colour scheme just to kind of keep everything blue and looking quite nice. I like the little ripples of lighting in them. These ships look absolutely phenomenal, and we're going to be looking at these closer. But this, first of all, this ship here is basically it is your little scout ship, or one of your little scout ship, I should say. It's the Arukanji. It's a scout ship, and if we not launch chafe, we get back in control.
Irukanji.
This is the internal look of it. Obviously you can see we can't see our own body, but we are just see our ship. So yeah, so this is the look of the inside of it. You got usual transporter stuff. A rather plain feel for the inside of a scout ship, I guess, but it is only a scout ship. So there we go. There's the first look at our scout ship. Right, now we do have other ships to be looking at, so let's go ahead and get into them right now. Okay, so the first one that we're going to be checking out is the Shark. Now, I've just put random crews in here, so you'll have to ignore the random crew basis. We'll have proper Boron crews when we do the campaigns. But this is one of our biggest ships. This is the heavy carrier. You can see the ships are doing some weird stuff. Apparently they get trapped in all the fins and everything. You can see it's one of the biggest ships of the fleet. You also notice this colour scheme on it is also slightly different as well. Let's get a proper look into it now. So this is us inside it. You got a little sliding door within a door, kind of a strange thing. Again, similar design to what we saw inside the scout ship. These wires like protruding everywhere. And then we have like a nice open area, pretty typical to most larger ships.
Hello.
We have access points here as well. These are pretty smart. They look nice. The little colour scheme and the lights and stuff are all inside. It's nice. So let's get a nice little external view. You can see this is a very big ship. This is our biggest one that we have. You see some turrets on there. You see the landing platforms, the docking platforms there in action as well. That's nice. You can see them there just getting arranged to dock. I do like the nice little large docking platforms in the centre section there. It's pretty
Requesting
cool.
permission to dock.
Love the streamlined look of this ship. Just all round looks good. As a matter of fact, are they the internals? Yeah, look at that. So that's where you can just see there. That's where the other ships will land as well, by the looks of it. That looks smart, that. Then you've got shields there, turrets around as well. So there you go. So this is the Shark, the heavy carrier. Let's go now into our next ship. Without further ado, let's go from the top. So this is the Barracuda. You should teleport to the Barracuda. The Barracuda is the heavy fighter of the fleet. Again, a
Barracuda.
similar-ish design to what we saw with the scout ship. Also notice it is currently docked, and it is docked in a little area. I love the look of this. This looks like one of the ships from the Naboo out of Star Wars. That's the feeling I'm getting for that. It's looking pretty smart. You can see it's docked inside the shark. Proper smart view from that view there. Docks are your standard docks, nothing special there. Just where the place looks different. Very nice ship, the Barracuda. Okay, let's go on to the Dolphin. Teleport to the Dolphin, which is the transporter. So this looks, oh, look at that view. So I might be wrong in guessing this, but this is the first time we've actually had a view like this on a ship. Yeah, that looks smart. And then you go down into here. Oh wow, this is a very nice view. So the Dolphin is one of the, I'd say it's one of the medium ships if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's on a medium to large docking platform. It's a medium ship, it's right there in front of me. My eyes are deceiving me. So this is your medium transport. There is another medium transport that you get, which is, actually no, I think it's a light transport you get now. We'll have a check on that. But this is the medium, again, looking smart as. The rear sections are the ones that are like the colour and the lighting and effects, and then you've got your cargo at the front there. Proper smart. The other way around, sorry. The front is the lighting, the rear is the cargo. Love the look of that. Right, let's move on to the next one. The Grouper. This is a mineral miner. Again, similar design. Actually, no, each one has a slight different variation to the internals, which is quite nice. I've just realised that they are actually similar looks, but then...
Grouper mineral.
Again, this one's got no like piping and stuff like that around it. We can actually have a look outside this one because it's docked. Nice and short, small. With that nice little front end to it as well. I could have been... There we go. Let's so that's the light miner. Again, that same kind of lighting effect and the fishy look. Very smart. Okay, let's go on to the Guppy. Teleport to the Guppy. So again, another slidey door, and a door for a door. This similar bridge layout, a more compact version of it. Let's have a look at the external view. So this is the large ship.
Striking.
So the Guppy is a light carrier. So this is the smaller version of the shark that we just saw. And again, similar design, similar look. Got little fins at the rear with this nice little curved front end. Nice fish looking ship. Okay. The Hydra. It's currently in internal storage, so let's retrieve it from internal storage. Okay, so the Hydra again has a slightly different take.
Hydra.
Oh, it's got like a navigation console there instead of another doorway. This has got an elevator. Where's the elevator go to? Oh, the elevator just literally... Oh, okay, that's... Oh, nice, nice. That's how you go up and down into your entry and exit. Nice, you don't actually have to select a room. It just works and operates. And this little way up here. Now, this does look very nice. This is a very different cockpit to what we've already seen. Very, very nice. Let's have a look at the external view of it. Now this looks like a fighter ship. Very rounded off. This is the Corvette of the fleet. And it is nice. Love the look of it. You see that it's got a ramp as well as a so that was where the lift came down, the elevator came down, but there's also a ramp in the rear. So I wonder if we can just see where that ramp leads to.
Engaging.
Let's have a look at what we got option wise here. Let's have a look. Just says to the shark. Yeah, this teleports us to the ramp. So this is the ramp underneath here. You got two entrances. And obviously that's a hatch that's sealed. And then you've got your elevator there. So when the elevator hasn't been called, you can still call it. The elevator comes down like so. You got two options on where you go into your ship. That's kind of cool. I like that. Right, let's move on to the Mako. Well, the Mako is a fighter. So this is your standard fighter. And
Mako.
or Mako. Another elevator to exit the ship. Very nice. Standard cockpit. And we've got our first Boron. I'm inside the Boron, so I can't. Let's take command of the ship. You can see him. No. Hello. You can see the Boron there floating away. That's our first look at a Boron as well. Nice. So on the Mako. Looks like a stingray. Why is there no stingrays in the game? I'm disappointed there's no actual stingray ship. But it does look a little bit like a stingray. Looks very nice. Very very sleek designs, these. Very long and fins coming off them and stuff like that. That's your Mako, standard fighter. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one, which is the Orca, which is your auxiliary ship. So this is a larger ship. Large/XL.
May I have your attention? I would like to undertake an experiment replicating the conditions that brought this facility to this location. This is something we must do face to face.
Okay, cool. So a slightly larger bridge, similar to what we had on the Shark. We swept back to the front here. Very nice. Looks awesome. Oh, I just pressed the teleport button. Let's have a look at the external view. So that's your external view.
Pirate spotted.
Probably my least favourite one so far. It still looks cool, but it's not looking as good as the others. Still looks cool though. They're intertangled here and it's annoying me. You'd think they'd be able to like break themselves apart, but apparently not. Can we let's see if we can remove them. Okay. Oh, so it's in reverse for some reason. There we go, right. I think we just jettisoned it off. We have. It's now broken free. Good. Excellent. Right. Let's move on to our next ship. Now that we've just disengaged the Orca. So we have the Piranha. Teleport 2. Let's have the Orca. Let me defend commander for now. So this is the Piranha. Similar design to the fighter. This is a scout vessel. So this is a stubbier ship, similar to one that we had earlier with the well, to be fair, similar to the miner. You can see there's just no. Oh, that's nice. It's got like sensor stuff on it instead. There's an actual physical difference in appearance. Instead of having the long bits that we had for the miner, these have got like sensor stuff on them, which is kind of cool. So that is the Piranha.
Please halt. We will be scanning your
So we next have the porpoise,
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
which is currently in internal
Of course.
storage.
I am a law-abiding Boron.
I'm a law-abiding Boron. Okay, that ship is currently internal. You now out of internal. Okay, apparently they are both in internal storage, which is highly annoying. Taking a sweet time about coming out of internal storage. There we go. Let's teleport to. So these should be similar. These are light miners.
Porpoise. Gas.
Porpoise gas. It's still in internal storage. There we go. Now that looks pretty cool. This is your gas collector because your little gas canisters on the side there. That looks nice. This is your medium ship, but it is classed as a light miner apparently. Okay. And let's have a look and see. Right, let's grab the ray. We'll have a look at the mineral later, just see if there's any differences. But let's have a look at the ray. The ray is the destroyer of the fleet. Again, this internal door system. A slightly stubbier bridge to what we've seen on the other larger ships. Now that is quite menacing looking. Very sleek. Very nice looking ship. I like how the lights reflect off, and in the dark you got all the little blue lights on the side glistening. And you got the engines on the inside there. That is very nice, with two little docking platforms in the centre of it.
Please halt. We will be scanning your cargo hold.
Right, let's have a look at
I
the
have
Rockwell.
nothing to hide. Scan is clear. You're free to go.
We'll go to the mineral.
Of course we found nothing.
So the Rockwell is the heavy miner. So again, this is a larger ship. You can see we've got the short, stubby bridge that we had before on the typical larger ships. Okay, so again we got the internal little hangars, which is nice. Then we've got a long swept-back look. You can see that's where it'll be doing its collection. You got the little sensor nodes on the side of it, which looks pretty awesome as well. There's a little, I think there's a little sensor dome on top. Oh, look at that! And you got these things here popping away. That's pretty sweet. Again, similar design to the rest of them. Long swept back, fishy
Please
looking.
halt. We will be scanning your cargo hold.
Let's have a check of the sturgeon.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
So the sturgeon is the transporter of the fleet. Again, same bridge as before, so we don't need to look at the bridge. The Seeker sturgeon now has got these big cargo pods on the back end of it, and it kind of tows it away. Looks pretty sweet. Very, very nice. So that's your sturgeon there. Next we've got the Terrapin, which is the smallest craft I believe you can get to. Terrapin is the courier. Similar cockpit to what we've already seen. However, this time, instead of having sensor nodes, it's got a very similar thing to what the miner had. It's got some weaponry systems. Or some storage facilities, sorry, it'll be storage. We've already had a look at one of them styles. The Thresher is currently in internal storage. So whilst we have the Thresher in internal storage, let's have a look at the porpoise internal differences to what we saw on the gas miner. So you can see that instead of having them little cylinders, it's now got the barrels, the drums, the little cargo crates I should say, on the side rather than having the barrel. So there is a difference between each one, which is very nice.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
That looks pretty sweet. So yeah, there's the difference. Right, let's get to the Thresher. See, Thresher is the gunboat. I'm very interested to see what this can do in combat. So this thing has its weapon system and it also has turrets as well. The one thing you notice is the turrets are very well hidden on these ships. Look at that. Doesn't look like much, but it packs a lot of firepower. Very, very nice. And last but not least, the builder, the Walrus. Slowest thing in the bloody fleet. But that is the Walrus.
Please halt. We will be scanning your cargo hold.
Now, I'm guessing that this might open up here.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
I'm only guessing, but it does look like it does. And we will test that theory out as and when we get to playing these ships a little bit more. So, a very similar design, but it's like a flat top on it. Again, with another little spot for it to have a ship on the top there as well,
Hello.
which is pretty nice. Let's have a look at the bridge and see what the bridge looks like. Okay, so similar to the other bridge we had earlier. The bridge drops down to the bottom there, so it's similar to the largest of the ships, where you got the lower deck here with consoles. So that's all of the ships at a glance. Now you're going to want to be looking at the new weapon systems and some special features that happen with the weapon systems as well. Now that we've had a look at the ships, I have now got some small fighters to show you the new weapon systems. So without further ado, let's go straight into it and let's have a look at the new weapon systems. So I have an fleet here
Please halt. We
which
will be scanning
contain
your cargo hold.
barracudas
Go
and
ahead
a
and
couple
scan.
of threshers as well.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
So let's jump into a barracuda. So as did I go to the right one? Just double check. So as the name suggests, this is the new arc small weapon.
Barracuda.
This is a small arc gun. It's a high velocity, heavy hitting weapon. No, it's not, because I read the wrong thing. It is a short range weapon with fast projectiles. Okay, this has a unique feature. This makes ships' maneuverability worse, more effective versus small ships. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, on impact, this does light thruster disruption. On impact, this weapon decreases maneuverability for a short period of time. The effect is mostly noticeable against small ships, less so on medium and capital ships. So, that'll slow down the maneuverability of other ships, and it sounds pretty cool as well. Okay, so that is our arc gun.
Please
Now
halt.
let's have a look at the
We will
ion
be scanning
gatling.
your cargo hold.
Requesting permission to dock. Scan away.
Docking permission granted. You're free
Same
to
thing.
go.
Barracuda.
Oh, with a Boron. Hello, Boron. Okay, so this is our iron gatlings. Oh, sorry, one iron gatling with two arcs. I only changed one over. Okay, that iron gatling is pretty cool, and I almost shot my ship. I like the sound of that, and I like the look of it as well. Let's see if we can get a good view. We can actually get a good view of both weapon systems. Them arc weapons have some right kickback on the back end of them. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I like the look of that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so chain gun-like weapon with more anti-shield damage. The unique feature: it slows down ships, more effective versus small ships. Light drive disruption. On impact, this weapon decreases speed for a short period of time. The effect is mostly noticeable on small ships, less so on medium and capital. Okay. Arc. And then the last one we have for our smaller ship is the phase gun. And again, I probably made the same mistake and only changed
Barracuda.
one over.
Greetings.
You'll have to bear with me for that. I have. I should be able to, as a matter of fact, I can disable my other 2 arcs and just have the phase gun. Go. So that's your phase. Why is our ship moving around? There we go. So that's your phase gun. This is a pulse-like gun with additional damage when shield is down. So once you've got the shields down, it'll do more hull damage. This also comes in a medium phase gun turret as well. And the arc gun comes in an arc gun turret as well. The ion gatlings do not come in turret form. However, we do have nice new turrets as well. Now, obviously, I can't manually shoot the turrets, so unfortunately, I can't show you the actual turrets. Especially when we can't see them on the ships as well. They're kind of blended in. But we can have a look, see if they are more noticeable on these ships that I've put them on. These are the things. No, we cannot see a damn thing. Well, we can. They're just that small, I can barely see them. But we will get ourselves in on combat in the upcoming gameplays. I just don't want to do too much with combat and stuff like that, because obviously I want to kind of leave that as a bit of a surprise. Right, let me double check which ship we are on board. Flak turrets. Okay, so let's talk about the flak turrets. This has large flak turrets on it. Okay, flak turrets with proximity detonation and area of effect with small additional anti-shield damage. It slows down ships, more effective versus small ships, proximity detonation and area effect. This does the light drive disruption again. We also have a net launcher turret as well. The net launcher turret is the first disruptor weapon in the game that is not a missile. Not very powerful, but disrupts enemy ships in some area. Does mostly anti-shield damage. Makes ships' maneuverability worse. Disables boost and travel drive for some time. And proximity detonation and area damage. This is classed as a heavy MAM and thruster disruption. It's the one of its kind. And it's pretty awesome. Now, let's go to our threshers that we've got. We have Ion Pulse, Phase Cannon, and the Ion Atomizer, which is the one that I've not named. Let's go and check out the Ion Pulse. According to our
Thresher.
According to our notes, this has no unique feature. It is just simply a new weapon system. And this is our Ion. Oh, okay, so it's a single shot, or at least it's a slow single shot. It's got a charge time, or a slight delay time, I should say.
Hey, will you stop firing?
Doesn't do too bad on shield damage. This is a high velocity, heavy hitting weapon, so this could cause damage if there's a lot of them. Probably a lot of range on it as well, which we'll test again at later stages. This is more just of a quick look and a quick gander at the new sounds and weapons and very nice things. Okay, let's go on to, that's the Ion Pulse that we've just done. Let's go to the phase.
Please halt. We will be scanning your cargo hold.
Go ahead.
Thresher.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
Take command of the ship. Okay, so this is the Thresher with a phase cannon. So again, it's not as quick at firing as the smaller ships, but it will probably do more damage. Nice. And last but not least, well, I can get it. This is the Ion Atomizer weapon. This is a slow firing weapon, slightly inaccurate, but with proximity detonation with additional anti-shield damage. This slows down ships, more effective versus small and medium ships. Proximity detonation and area damage. This is the medium drive disruption. Let's check it out.
Thresher.
Take command of the ship. Have a look at the back of the seat for a second. Okay. Okay, yep. How they can class that as a slow firing weapon, I don't know. It's the faster one that I've seen so far, but it looks kind of cool.
Please halt.
Oh,
We will be scanning your
that does a lot of shield damage.
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
You can see it detonates within a proximity as well. That could be quite nasty. That could be very, very nasty. Now, there's one final weapon I'd like to show you before we finish this episode, and that is the Ray Ion Projector, which is only on the Ray. It's the only destroyer weapon available, so this is like a typical one for what you have on your other destroyer ships. As you know, the destroyers are obviously quite slow as well. So, this is a charging beam weapon, uses main gunned, as apparently it says gunned for a destroyer, using new mechanics for charging, more effective versus shields.
Pirate spotted.
Oh yes,
Please halt.
I like everything about that. I like the sound, I like the charging sound, I like the fire.
It is clear. You're free to go.
Yes, lovely. I can see us having fun with that. I don't think we can bring ourselves up. Oh yeah, we can. He's gonna pass us. Oh gosh, one of our own ships. Oh, here we go. What's this here? Let's go and create an enemy.
We cannot tolerate your actions.
Doesn't do too much damage. Slows down ships even. Oh, look at that. It is stopped dead in the water almost. Even capital ships. It is more effective against shields, but this is the heavy drive disruption. On impact, this weapon decreases speed for a short period of time, even when used against capital ships. You can see it is really much slower. And its charge rate is pretty damn quick.
We cannot tolerate your actions.
See, you just clip it there and that's it. It's out of action. Very, very nice. And then you got a recharge rate. That could be quite lethal. I love it. Very, very nice. So that's the new weapon systems and the new ships at a quick glance. We're going to see these more and more as we go into the gameplay. As I say, I just want a quick look into our ships at the moment, just so you kind of have a look at them a bit more of a close-up than we would do whilst we're trying to fend off an arsenal of enemies or whatever it is that we do during our gameplay. If you have any questions about specific ships, or if you'd like to see any comparisons or anything like that, please leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I get anything whatsoever you want doing comparison-wise. The weapon systems don't look as effective as some of the other weapon systems that we've seen, like the Asgard's weapon system, certainly the Old King's weapon systems. However, we haven't seen these in combat yet, and how effective they are when they're combined. So we might need to combine a few things together to see a impact on things. Hopefully you've enjoyed checking out these ships with me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it's a little bit longer than it normally would be. However, I did want to get all of the ships in, so we've had a good look at them for when we do get playing with them, and we're already familiar with what each one can do. I do like the idea how they're more carrier based, so we don't have a capital ship again, much like the other ones that we had with the split. It had the Raptor as the capital ship rather than having something like the Asgard or the Earl King that the other two had. So I do like how it's going to look so far. Whether it's going to work and whether it can fend off against those with the big capital ships, we don't know. We haven't seen the firepower in play yet. As always, if you've got any questions, comments or anything like that, make sure you do leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, hit the Discord as well, where we can help you out with any comments you have on X4 prior to my release of the guide. If you are watching this after the release of the X4 6.0, then do expect to see a guide as well with everything in depth for any returning leveler player or new player alike. But until next time, everybody, take care for now, and I shall see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.